Now, 2023 was an interesting year for Pokemon. Maybe sort of a transition year, shall we say, when it comes to it. I feel the popularity and the values have definitely started to waver, whether that be burnout or just, I don't know, maybe a variety of other things that we're about to talk about actually could have some factors to it. So, today we are going to run through the 2023 top flops from Pokemon. So, let's jump into it. Okay, yeah, we are going to run through some of the biggest flops from Pokemon from 2023. It was an interesting year to say the least, and I do want to make a couple of things clear though, and that is that this is my opinions really, okay? Some of these are like fact when it comes to value, but some of them are just my thoughts and opinions on this, and maybe kind of due to where I'm based in the world, being in the UK, some of these thoughts and opinions might come about. We are mainly going to focus on the card aspect, but I also have a couple of bits of like news and announcements that Pokemon did during the year as well that I think flopped somewhat as well, so we'll run through that. So let's kick off by talking about some of the card flops. Now firstly, I've got to say one of the biggest flops is the Miriam. The Miriam special illustration rare. This had so much hype in Japan. The value was insane. And then you come and get the English version and people went pretty crazy like very early on the card, thinking it was going to be nuts value and stuff. The card's worth £28 now. This has flopped hardcore, this card. It really tanked in value, and yeah, it's one that it is cool to collect if you collect those type of cards, but damn, it's not one for investors, that's for sure. Down you get, Dot. My dog wants to say hi. Say hello. This is Dotty. Go on in your bed. Kind of sticking with the waifu trend, another big flop is going to be the Erica's Invitation from 151. Again, another huge card in the Japanese variation of the these cards, and I think it's probably clear to see here that because something's valuable in Japanese does not mean it's going to be valuable in English. That's very clear to see. The waifu market is so different over there because you have a lot of the Chinese market as well by Japanese cards. That helps to add the value to these types of cards. Just here in the UK and America or in the Western world, for example, there isn't that popularity for the those types of cards, really. I don't necessarily know why. I'm not going to make any comments or anything about that. I'll let you guys discuss that below. But yeah, the Erica's Invitation, it's like £22. Yeah, it's low. Another card that I actually thought would have a lot more popularity, and I was very surprised, is the Gold Mew from 151. That card I thought would be very popular. If you look at the Celebrations Gold Mew, and actually any Mew in general, they always seem to have had popularity, but actually, if even the Japanese, like the Japanese from Shiny Treasure EX, that Mew, the value on that is really low as well, which I was quite shocked about. It's a shiny Mew that's super cute. I thought it'd be the biggest card in the set. It definitely wasn't by some way. And the same goes for the Gold Mew from 151 as well. Like next to no value on this card. You can get it from like 10 to 15 pounds. I would have thought this would be easily be a 50, 60 pound card, but no, about 10, 15 quid. That's very cheap. I hate to say it as well, but some big flops as well has got to be the Charizards from Obsidian Flames. Yeah, they really didn't go high. If you look at previous Charizards in sets, they're always like massive and very popular, but god, you know, like the golden Charizard from Obsidian Flames is like a 20 to 30 pound card. The SIR is only what, like 50, 60 quid. It's actually crazy cheap, a lot of those Charizards, and we can't lie, they flopped. And actually the set as a whole, Obsidian Flames, that pretty much flopped too. Now, there are some products as well that I think flopped, that's for sure. And one of them is going to be collection boxes. I think because people have got back into the hobby during COVID, they kind of bought everything. Anything and any product that ever launched got bought, right? Well, people have been in the hobby long enough now to have wised up to, that's not very good value buying that box there, or that one there, or that one there. And people are buying more of the products that are better value, or they're just buying the singles now. You're seeing that a lot. And because of that, collection boxes are stinking the place out. People just don't really want these standard V or EX cards in their collection boxes because they just don't either have value, or they just maybe don't look as nice as like some of the special illustration rares and stuff like that. And you're seeing most collection, well, don't get me wrong, there are some, like some of the premium ones and everything, people are like, oh, that's nice collection, put it in there. But the majority, especially those like 18 to 30 pound collection boxes, they are sitting, and they are often the products that go on sale at a lot of places. You'll see people dropping them for like £12 for one of the £21 collection boxes and stuff like that, which does make them good value to pick up. But damn, you are not wanting to buy collection boxes at RRP. They flopped this year. or last year, 2023. Another product that flopped was the trick or trade products. Like, wow, I really feel like these tanked this year. They were very popular in 2022. People were really struggling to get hold of them. They really wanted them. Well, Pokemon, they see a demand for something, they just print a ton of it, and it obviously drives any value and popularity into the ground. I feel like if something's really, really easy to get hold of, it gets boring very quick, and that is what it felt like. And you're actually seeing a lot of people now, when it comes to that trick or trade product, just giving packs away for free when they do sell other items and stuff like that. They pretty much become a giveaway thing. Maybe they were meant to be like the trick or treat, I guess is how they, but there was some popularity in 2022, but 2023, they failed. Now, by the way, I do plan on doing a video to talk about where I think Pokemon is going to go in 2024. So if you don't want to miss that particular video, guys, then do make sure you subscribe here to the channel and turn your alerts on. Oh, and if you do, give the video a like as well. Be much appreciated. Another big product that flopped from last year, it's got to be that classic collection trading card box. You know, that monster of a product that everyone was so hyped for. The value in Japan was 500, 600 pounds for their version over there. And then they go and release it over here, you know, in the English version. People are pre-ordering it for 400, 500 pounds. Go, oh, this is going to be so hard to get hold of. Well, you can get it for like 300 quid now. This is a product that just that's nearly cost price, by the way, and people think that the price is even going to come down more on that product. It really flopped. I think it's cool, it's very cool, but damn, Pokemon took a risk releasing a product that expensive, and there are stores that are now stuck with it who have got thousands of pounds put into that product as well, and they're like, okay, we've got to sell these at cost just to get our money back. And it's going to be interesting to see where the price on that box goes over the coming months. Whether it will start to pick up again, I'm not sure, but it's cool. But that you got to admit, that product flopped. Now, something that I hope doesn't flop, and I really hope it doesn't, it's going to be my event that I'm putting on called Collector Clash. It's a TCG and collectibles event that we're hosting in Brighton on February the 4th. There'll be Pokemon vendors there, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, sports cards, sports memorabilia. We've got Funkos, comics, sneakers, merchandise, like, you know, people making anime shirts. All of that stuff is going to be available on the day on February 4th at our event, as well as the event being live streamed all day with people pack battling all day. There'll be hourly giveaways. We're going to do massive group pack battle and group giveaways. There's going to be some awesome stuff going on live on Whatnot at the same time. We'll be streaming a main stage, and it's going to be really good fun. I really hope you guys will come and support the event on February 4th in Brighton at the Amex. The link to go and pick up your tickets down below, and if you use code Matt Cully or MC10, you'll get 10% off your tickets, whether it's general mission, family or VIP. You can get your discount off that. We're gonna have some awesome guests there as well, guys. I really hope you come and get involved. Links down below, and yeah, come check it out. Now, something that has flopped massively, and it's not a product, it's just the era, is Scarlet and Violet. This era just hasn't piqued people's interest as well as you think. Now, don't get me wrong, there'll be people in the comments that massively disagree with me, that really love this era of Pokemon. But the majority of people are just a bit, it's not worked. And the proof is there, guys. The fact that you can get booster boxes from Scarlet and Violet, Paldean, Paldean Evolved, Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, if you can get them for under £90, that is cheap for a booster box. That is like pre-COVID era booster box price. That is what people were picking up Sun and Moon era stuff for, and stuff like X, Y, and all that. You look at it, it's really, really dropped. I just don't think it's captured people's imaginations as much. I personally am just not a massive fan of this era of Pokemon. I'm focusing more on trying to get more of the Sword and Shield era sets and stuff like that, because I love a lot of those sets. Don't get me wrong, there's a couple, like 151, it's a very good set, but it leans on the nostalgia factor, doesn't it, to get that. And then you've got Paldean Fates coming, which I think could be fun, because you've got some Gen 1 chases in there and some really nice artworks and stuff, and that'll be a fun one. Holiday sets always tend to do pretty well, but most of the other like standard sets from the era of Scarlet and Violet, they just haven't really worked out, and I personally think Scarlet and Violet era, it's been a flop. Now, one of the final things that has been a flop is more of a news announcement that Pokemon did earlier in 2023. And that was when they announced the next Pokemon World for 2024, which is of course going to be in Honolulu, Hawaii. Now, it sounds exciting, and people are like, oh my God, Hawaii, oh my God, yeah. Well, it does sound exciting until the majority of the world look at how much it's going to cost them to go to it, and it's expensive. It's very expensive. Now, don't get me wrong, there'll be some places in America. It's easy. It's one flight. You just hop on it. It's probably pretty cheap for a lot of America to get to. But for the rest of the world, it is an expensive place to go. It's 2 flights. You have to fly into America and then fly down to Hawaii. Hotels cost a lot of money. This isn't a... this is a tourist destination, right, going to Hawaii. If you go on nice fancy holidays and stuff and, you know, do all the luau's and everything like that, and they're obviously doing Worlds there. And I'm not saying you should exclude countries that are expensive to go to for Worlds. I'm not. However, I feel like they've gone back-to-back expensive venues. Japan was not a cheap place to get to for the majority of the world as well, and when it actually came to hotels and stuff. Now, when you were in Japan, I actually found that it was quite cheap when you were there, but to get there was definitely expensive. But at least you could go, like, card hunting and potentially buy Japanese products and sell them. You can't do that in Hawaii. You're not going to be able to pick up products in Hawaii other than at Worlds itself that you're going to be able to resell to potentially make some money back to cover the cost that you went there for. I personally feel, and I may be biased because I live in Europe, but I would have thought somewhere like Spain would have been a great place for the next Worlds to be. When you bear in mind that you had Scarlet and Violet era is what, like a Spanish like region and stuff like that. I thought, yeah, Spain made a lot of sense. It's very cheap to go and stay in Spain. It's very easy to fly to Spain for pretty much all of the world. You can get direct flights there and stuff. Very similar to what it was like going to London. It's like a big hub there for a lot of places to fly into, so it helped a lot. I just feel like this Hawaii, I feel it's going to be a little bit make or break for a lot of people when it comes to it. People who have been trying to go to all these worlds, they're going to struggle. I know I'm going to try and go, and the problem is, as soon as I know it was there, my wife wants to go, it becomes a family holiday. It's going to become very, very expensive to go. I hope I can go, but I can't promise I will. Like, I'm going to have to work really hard to get there to just go and spectate. But I personally feel that the decision to go to Hawaii was a flop. I feel they should have done a break in between. They should have done somewhere slightly different, maybe even in the Middle East or something in the middle of that, because that's very easy to fly to as well, like Qatar and Abu Dhabi and Dubai and stuff like that would have been a really cool venue as well, or Spain or France or somewhere. I feel they should have broken that up and left Hawaii for another year before announcing it. You know that, but that is a personal opinion and based on where I live, but I do know that a lot of people in my community have said just how expensive it is, they just can't go to it. So, yeah, I personally think it was a flop to announce that. So there you go, guys. They are my flops and my picks of the flops for 2023 when it comes to Pokemon. I want to hear from you, though. Do you agree with my choices of flops? Do you think there's a few that I missed? And I definitely think there are, going by some of my replies to Instagram stories. Let me know in the comments down below all your flops of 2023 when it comes to Pokemon. Yeah, go and comment down below. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you guys go and check out this video down here. This is the top cards of 2023 and the most valuable. Interestingly, the values on them is actually super low. Do go and check that out, guys. Make sure to subscribe here to the channel again, wherever I put it. Drop a like here on the video. Stay safe and see you in the next one. Peace.